Hello from Sani, and you guys are watching Coding with Sani. In this crash course, I'm going to unleash the concept of inheritance for you guys in C++. If you are a beginner or professional, doesn't matter. This is the course for you guys to deeply understand the mysteries of inheritance. So, let's get started. So, instead of talking about what is inheritance, let's first talk about why inheritance. Let's understand this with a simple example. Assume you have three different type of bottles as shown here: a Pepsi bottle, a Coca-Cola bottle, and water bottle. And all these bottles have some properties like name, weight, type, price, or formula. Now, if you're going to use all these properties with the bottle names into programming, how will you write that? Obviously, you will create some type of classes like Coca-Cola bottle class with the same number of properties like name, weight, type, price, and formula. Then you will be creating a class for Pepsi bottle. Okay, and in the last you're going to create a class for the water bottle with the properties that you have got from the requirements. Okay, now after creating the classes, if you focus on all these classes, you will understand that there are some properties which are common among all these three classes like name, weight, type, and price. Coca-Cola has the same properties, Pepsi bottle has the same properties as well, and the water bottle has the same properties as well. So, now what is the good practice? To write all the common properties among different classes separately in each class, or you're going to take out all these common properties and writing them into a separate class. Then you're going to reuse those properties in the different classes which are sharing those properties. So, what is the good practice according to you guys? Just think about it. Obviously, I know you have understood the idea. You are going to create a top class in which you are going to put all those properties which are common among the different classes like name, weight, type, and price. If you understand that Coca-Cola is also a bottle, Pepsi is also a bottle, and water bottle is also a bottle. Okay, now as you know that all these have the common properties which are name, weight, type, price, and we have taken out those properties and put that into a separate class which is bottle, and then we know we have extended that into different classes. Let's take another example. Suppose you have three different type of sofas with some properties like name, width, height, type, and price. Now you can see that all these sofas are of different type and have some properties. So if you want to write them into programming, obviously you are going to create the classes. How you will create classes? Like you are going to name the classes as I have named over here, like red sofa, green sofa, and blue sofa with the same number of properties. But now you can see that all these sofas are sharing some properties which are common like name, with height, type, and price. Okay. Now, what you are going to do, you are going to create a separate class which will be sharing the common properties. Like as shown here, I have created a top class which is sofa class in which I have taken out all the common properties and have put those properties into sofa class. Now, after creating a common class, I'm sharing the same class among all the different type of sofas. Okay, I hope that you have understood the concept already, that we take the common properties out and we save them into a separate class. Then we reuse common properties among all those classes which share those common properties. So what actually we do, we reuse the stuff that already existed and add new feature to the previous old version. How? Like here, you can see that I'm reusing the stuff like name, width, height, type, and price. Sofa classes have all those properties, but they have also some properties which are uncommon among all these different classes. Okay. So the moral of the story is that you don't want to make everything from scratch every time you start coding. How this is possible that if you're going to create multiple classes with the same number of properties, you just create a parent class, a top class, or you can say a base class, and then inherit the all the common properties among the child classes which actually share the common properties of the parent class. Okay, after understanding the mystery of inheritance, now let's talk about what is this parent child mystery. Actually, a class in which we put the common properties as we did in the previous two examples. Like here in sofa class, we put all the common properties of different classes like red sofa, blue sofa, or then use that class for reusing purpose is called the parent class. Like in our previous example, our sofa class and bottle class are the parent classes, are base classes. But all those classes who reuse the properties of the parent or base classes are called child classes, e.g. in our example that I have explained previously are Coca-Cola bottle, Pepsi bottle, water bottle, red sofa, green sofa, and blue sofa. A child actually inherit all the characteristics of its parent class. What does this mean? It means that in the previous example, if I have created a class which was the bottle class, all the properties which I have wrote into bottle class will be available to all the child classes like Pepsi bottle class, Coca-Cola bottle class, and water bottle class. But at the same time, they can have their own properties as well. They're sharing the common properties, but they can create their own properties as well. Just like I'm going to explain this with another example. Like suppose there is a human and it is sharing all of its properties among different type of humans like student, teacher, and businessman. Now, teacher, student, and businessman will have some common properties like name, height, weight, etc. But at the same time, they're going to have their own properties as well. Like businessman will be having a property type of business, which is not necessary for the student. If we talk about the student, then he will be having a property like course curriculum or batch number or session name, which is not necessary for the businessman. At the same time, we will not be having a property of roll number for the teacher, but in this class, we will be having a property like ID. So all the child classes will be sharing the common properties of the parent class. They can also have their own properties as well with some unique characteristics. Okay, now, suppose if a class B inherits from the A class, then it contains all the characteristics such as properties and actions of A class. Now, we will call a parent class a base class. And then the child class is also called a derived class. As I have explained earlier, beside the inherited characteristics of the parent class, derived classes may also have their own unique characteristics as well. Now let's talk about how you're going to do inheritance in C++ or with C++ programming language. I'm going to break down this into different scenario. First, I will be creating a simple inheritance of two classes. For that purpose, let me open my dev C++. Here I have already created a boilerplate for you guys. You can create a new project by just clicking onto file, new, then go to project, and from here you can create a simple C++ project. Okay, so let me create two classes. First, I'm going to create a class that would be, I will be calling that a parent class. After that, I'm going to create another class that would be like child class. Okay, now first I'm going to write some public properties that would be string name of parent, and let me give some values to it. This would be like parent class. Now if you want to inherit this class into this child class, then the syntax to do that, first you need to put a colon over here, and after that you have to specify the mode of inheritance. I will be explaining that modes of inheritance in detail in a while. For the time being, just understand that you have to put the public over here. After that you have to write the name of class. Like here I will be using parent. And now the moment you will do this, that you inherit the parent class into your child class, all the public properties of your parent class will be available to the object of child class. Let me do it. Suppose in if I go into our main, and here I'm going to create the object of our child class, and now see the magic. The name of parent class object child dot name of parent class. If I run it, you can see that the name of parent class is parent class. What does just happen? you are using the object of this child class to get the properties of this parent class. How this happened? Because you have inherited this parent class into the child class. The moment you are going to do this, you are going to inherit this into a child class. At that time, all the public properties or protected properties of your parent class will be available to the object of child class. So this is a simplest form of inheritance in C++, that you inherit one class into another class. Okay.